All right, check.
1-2, got you loud and clear.
All right, good. All right, transponder 1200 and set to alt. Circuit breakers, none of them have popped. Flight instruments, we'll check when that comes up.
Yep, and just go ahead and get these guys going here.
All right, so
yep. Enter, and then enter on the second one. And then proceed, confirm, proceed, confirm. Yep.
Okay.
So, let's see here. Using the diagram, the airport diagram, let's...
I do have a printed one here.
Yep. Let's go ahead and check the radio's avionics nav. So here we are.
Okay, so ATIS 132.55.
Yep.
There we go. Okay, should I put that in the active now?
Yes, sir.
All right.
So push the...
Oops, that went to nav. I want this one here. Okay.
And then just press
and
mic
then,
2.
Mic 2.
Airport.
There we go.
VFR departures, advise ground control your direction of flight. Advise on initial contact, your information, whiskey. Melbourne National Airport information, whiskey, time 20530, wind 0709, visibility 10, sky conditions clear, temperature 312.24, altimeter 3005. Visual approach in use, land departing runway 9 left, 9 right, runway 5. Approach is being conducted 2 parallel converging runways. Attention all aircraft, hazardous weather information for fluid alarms available flight service frequencies. Caution, higher than normal bird activity in the...
Yep. All right, we need 3005, menu.
Oh, you have to press either knob, yeah.
Enter.
There you go.
Okay, Barrow, and there we go. 3005 and 3005, probably right in the middle here.
Yep.
Okay, and we got about 30 feet, which is the airport elevation. Okay, so airspeed 0, vertical speed 0, fall centered. Okay.
Yes, sir, that's correct.
All right. Altimeter set. All right, taxi light on.
Yep, that's fine.
I've got landing light on. Taxi area clear. Okay, looks clear. Parking brake release. All right, brakes check. Okay. And we'll do a steering check as I go over to the run-up area.
Yep. Just remember when you do that initial brake and steering check, power idle first.
Power to idle before brake.
Yeah, and then add a little bit of power and see that it rolls forward. And when you do that, you're also checking if the brakes are sticking.
Okay.
As well, if it sticks when it's at low power or when you start increasing a bit of power, then that could be a separate problem we're having.
All right.
There we go. Let's straighten out the nose wheel. Yeah, it takes a little bit of moving it forward, and just keep the power and just hold that rudder down. So don't try to use the brake as much, just let it roll. So use the bottom part of the pedal.
All right.
Yeah, so you have to kind of let your foot slide down so you're almost pushing the middle.
All right.
Yeah. That's right here. I'll show you something real quick. So look at how my toes get. So I use like my tippy toes.
Yeah.
And then brakes as required.
Okay.
So if you're pushing on the brake, you're not really going to allow the aircraft to move forward, and that nose wheel's only going to move if the whole aircraft is moving, instead of just one of these wheels here. So whenever you're using the pedals, make sure you're using the bottom for the rudder. And the nose wheel steering, and then the top for the brakes. So if you need both, you can push both at the same time, but if you just want the nose wheel steering, just slide your feet down and use your toes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, your controls again.
All right, my controls.
Your controls.
Okay. And parking brake set.
Yep.
All right, and we're not moving. All right, so doors are closed and locked.
690 Melbourne.
Fuel selectors on both.
9 right.
Elevator trim for takeoff. Okay, we're gonna go with toes on the brake, 1800 RPM. All right, there's 1800. Fuel pump test. All right, so fuel flow is 5.7, fuel pressure 5.7, pump on.
Increases.
All right, now it's up to 6.
Yep.
6, okay, fuel pump off, and it dropped back down, okay?
1. 121.9.
Engine instruments, check.
So we just generally check that everything's in the green, like oil pressure, temperature's going to come up, and fuel flow is good, and fuel pressure is good. We shouldn't see less than 2 here, and then this just depends on whatever the mixture's set to.
Okay.
Yep.
Alright.
So that's all good.
Alright, engine instruments check, and meter check, 14.5 volts. Alright, now we're going to do magneto drop. I'll go to the right side, we're at 1860 RPM.
Okay, we cleared Manchester Airport.
Drop to 1770, about 100.
2,000 feet.
Go back to both.
Flight level 390. Frequency is 13265 with a
1880, left mag.
Jet 103 Heavy, reback is
Down to the, alright.
Advising right taxi with the current info.
Alright, so we had about 100 drop on each.
Alright, let's put it back on the left mag again real quick. See how the EGT is a little low for the left mag?
Okay.
And how it's a little rough. So if you go one click to the left.
One click to the left,
Do you feel it's a little rough there?
Okay, yeah.
So we're just going to, there we go.
Okay.
Not all the way out, but we're going to pull this guy out.
Alright.
And we're going to add power. Oh, dang it. Come on. So we want this guy leaned out.
Okay.
And we're going to apply power, and we're just going to hold. And the idea is get the plugs hot, burn off the lead, which they're going to check this out. So look at how the EGTs are here, and how the number 2 cylinder is cold compared to the other ones. So as it comes up and normalizes in temperature, that's what we want to see.
Okay.
Because that's telling me that the plug is dirty, and the number 2 cylinder is not burning as cleanly.
Alright.
Alright, so that normalized, it's about the same, so we'll bring it back to what it was before, so around 17 something. Right, much better, you can feel that, right?
Yeah, yep.
Alright, now put it back to both.
Okay, so and then mag's back to both.
Yep, there we go.
Okay. Okay, and then we need carb heat check. Carb heat on, we're going from 1900 RPM. We're good to drop to 18. Okay, carb heat back off. Prop cycle 3 times. Okay, the first time I'm looking at manifold pressure, 16.2.
Roger, fly, runway heading, climb, maintain 2000.
Okay.
Contact for layer departure.
488
The second one, I'm looking RPMs. RPMs drop. Okay. And on the third, I'm looking at oil pressure.
Airport as filed. On departure, maintain 2000.
And we see oil pressure drop and increase again.
Yep.
Departure frequency.
All flaps are open.
1.65.
Alright. Idle check. We're going to pull it to idle. Make sure the engine still runs.
Yep.
Back to 1200.
Clear to Charlotte as filed. Climb maintain 3000. Expect flight level 350 and 10. 122.65 and 1033 in the box, please.
Alright, and we're going to make sure our
488, the frequency is
aileron, right aileron up, left is down. Okay, and this way right up, left down. Alright, elevator, stabilator down, up, down. Okay, and rudder, we're right rudder, left rudder. Okay, all are correct. Throttle friction lock. And our radios, we got Melbourne ground, active, and tower and standby.
Echo, cross runway 9, right at Delta.
Seat belts fastened and secure. Let me get my shoulder harness.
Yep, and then other thing I would suggest too, once we get everything running here, just go ahead and put this on the chart. We have it available to us, so I like to make use of it.
Might as well use it.
Yeah.
Come on. There we go.
Funny that all these safety features are still from the era when seatbelts were not a thing in cars.
Alright, so seatbelts are fastened. Alright. Flaps and trim sets.
So we'll do 10 degrees flaps once we get to the runway.
Okay. Alright. Takeoff briefing. Runway in use, they told us expect 9 left, 9 right, or 5. And from where we're at, I'm going to expect 9 left.
Yep.
Okay. Alright, Alright, so 9 left, 6,000 feet of runway, plenty. Takeoff distance, well, we haven't done a takeoff distance calculation, but we'll do that one of these days.
Yep, so normally the takeoff distance thing is more when you're carrying a load, so passengers or cargo, things like that, that's fine. But we know what the performance capabilities of the aircraft are, and generally speaking, if we're not rotating before that Mike taxiway, that's a concern, so we'll abort before Mike. That's how I brief. But yeah, we'll start doing the takeoff data calculations as well.
Okay, and climb out speeds. We're going to climb out with 10 degrees of flaps, 80
miles an hour to 85, yeah.
80 to 85.
So rotate at 60, climb out
rotate at
80 to 85.
Okay.
Once we're above 50 feet, flaps up, and accelerate to 92.
And accelerate to 92, okay.
1947 Foxtrot, Big Blue with information.
Alright, engine out, procedure and plan.
Ready for taxi.
Okay, so if we're not airborne by Mike, then we're going to just stay on the runway, cut power, and taxi off. Excuse me, if we have engine problem after we rotate, but below 700 feet, straight ahead, and we'll look either to the river or US 1.
Yep.
Once we get above 700 feet, we should be able to come back and land on the 27 left.
Yep, or 23, yep, however we need to.
Or 23.
Yep,
okay.
And in case of an emergency, it'll be my controls.
In an emergency, it'll be your controls.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Alright, pitot heat as required, we don't need that. All flaps open, parking brake release.
Yes, sir. Alright.
Alright.
So your control still, just put it on the center line right behind those two guys over there, since looks like they're waiting anyway.
At RFIT Runup area requesting VFR to the north from 9 right, we have whiskey.
Tech flight 81, Melbourne ground, runway 9 right, Victor, taxi via Victor.
9 right, Victor, taxi via Victor, tech flight 81.
And Melbourne ground, Cessna 4791 Echo at Big Blue, information whiskey, south departure, ready taxi.
Tech flight 881, just give way to your company Cherokee, that's going to be joining Victor from Foxtrot, then you can start taxiing.
Give way to the Cherokee and then we'll taxi 91 Echo.
But not for your 91 Echo, Tech flight 881, just give way to the Cherokee.
That's good right here.
Then start taxiing.
Give way to the Cherokee, then start taxiing, tech flight 81.
4791 Echo, Melbourne ground, runway 9 left, taxi via Mike Kilo. What's your departure direction one more time?
9 left, Mike Kilo, southbound.
Yep.
Ground Blue Street 5488, just confirming on departure, climbing to 2,000 or 3,000?
Blue Street 5488 is going to maintain 2,000.
Ground tech flight 40 at FIT Runup area with information whiskey, requesting taxi instructions for departure to the south.
Tech flight 640 Melbourne ground, runway 5, taxi via Vector.
5, Victor, tech flight 640.
District 5488, I didn't really get a response back. Thanks if I stepped on you, just 2,000 on departure.
Jesus,
what was
guys.
that?
They're stepping on each other, that's what it is.
Tech flight 642, turn right on Quebec. Taxi via Alpha Victor into the ramp.
Melbourne ground, Cardinal 34287 Big Blue, information whiskey, VFR departure southwest.
Cardinal 34287 Melbourne ground, runway 9 left, taxi via Mike Kilo.
9 left, Mike Kilo, 34287. Alright, here we go. So, Mike, that would be a right-hand turn.
Okay.
Down Kilo.
871 uniform Sierra, that wasn't for you. Runway 9 right,
wind
clear
serve
land. What's your
this
intentions after
direction,
land?
correct?
Yep, so they're quartering tailwind, so actually opposite. So, yep, that way.
Thank you.
There we go. And I know we can base it either off of what we have here, which was 020 or 070 but also the windsock is a good one. So right now, it's kind of right down the taxiway.
Alright. Where is the windsock then?
Over on the end over there.
Oh, I see it up there. Okay.
Back 1947 Foxtrot, Melbourne Tower, hold short, runway 9 left for arriving traffic.
You said you have children, right?
Victor, make sure to
Have what?
You have children, right?
Yeah, three girls.
I see. They ever?
Well, they're grown up now.
Yeah. They ever ask about going up flying? Are they curious about it too, or?
Yeah. One of my daughters mentioned it the other day.
Oh.
She asked if I could take passengers once I get my license. I said yes, I can. Interested?
Well, if they ever want to come along for one of these training flights, they're more than welcome to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And
but we're not doing stalls or anything like that.
Yeah. And actually, my wife mentioned that too. That she was wondering if that would be possible to come along on a ride.
Yeah, absolutely. When we get into the cross-country stuff, it'll be fun.
Yeah.
You know, actually go somewhere.
Okay, I've got power idle first.
Yep. You can bring it forward a little bit more, yeah.
A little bit forward, okay.
Usually about one plane length is pretty good.
Right.
If it's a jet, I like to be 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Just because when I've been behind jets before, it kind of looks funny, you know, all these small planes and then a jet right there. But I've seen it before, you know, jet starts powering up a little bit and that small plane starts shaking and they're trying to keep it on the ground still.
Alright, brakes
yeah,
on.
that's good right there.
More power back to 1200.
I can't remember the tail number that I took my check right in. I think it was November Victor. It was either that one or 47 Foxtrot. Those were okay planes.
Foxtrot, is that FIT?
No, it was over here at Melbourne Flight Training, yeah.
Okay.
All the FIT ones end in Foxtrot Tango.
Okay.
Yeah.
1947 Foxtrot, runway 9 left, clear for takeoff and proceed on course.
Foxtrot.
Melbourne Tower 10632 inbound for the VOR 9 right, 10632.
Number 10632 Melbourne Tower, runway 9 right, cleared low approach. I will call your miss.
Clear for the low approach, you'll call my miss, 10632.
Melbourne Tower 871 Uniform Sierra, 2 miles from runway 9 right.
1 Uniform Sierra, still clear, land runway 9 right.
Clear land, runway 9 right, 871 Uniform Sierra. And Melbourne Tower, Cessna 4791 Echo, hold a short 9 or left, ready for departure.
4791 Echo, Melbourne Tower. Hold short runway 9 left.
Short runway 9 left, 9 Echo.
Hawk 47 Foxtrot, start turn right over fly runway 5.
Melbourne Tower 737 November Victor, midfield, left downwind, 9 left.
Center Victor, runway 9 left, clear touch and go.
Can we get a short approach as well, 7 November Victor?
Victor, make short approach.
Short approach, clear touching 09 left, 7 November Victor.
Now, do we get that data from the from here?
Yep, we do.
Okay.
Not always accurate. Seems to lead and lag.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get a lot of calls and support about that, how to interface the electronic international stuff to
right on Quebec.
this stuff here.
Departing further downfield.
Not bad to have it there, but I don't think it's entirely necessary.
Thank you.
Tech flight 81, traffic rolling out to an X-zone Quebec, runway 9 right Victor, clear for takeoff. Turn left on course. Flight 81, very short delay, traffic 3 mile final, Skyhawk. One uniform CIB, runway 9 right, taxi via, runway 9 right and Lima, taxi via Alpha Lima.
Runway 9 right at Lima, taxi via Alpha Lima. 871 uniform 0. Melbourne Tower, 871 uniform Sierra. Actually, is there any chance we can go to the shelter instead?
Uniform Sierra, Roger, you can taxi shelter via left turn on Alpha, hold short runway 5.
Left on Alpha, hold short runway 5, 871 uniform Sierra, thank you.
Stockstone number Victor, turn crosswind prior to the VOR this pass.
Crosswind prior to the VOR this pass, and this last one will be a full stop, another short approach, 7 November Victor.
Stockstone number Victor, make short approach runway 9 left, clear to land.
Short approach 9 left, clear to land, 7 November Victor.
Tech flight 881, there is traffic in the downwind, turn crosswind for 9 left. He's prior to the VOR as of right now, Skyhawk.
Turn crosswind, prior to the VOR. Yeah, tech flight 81.
Looking for traffic, tech flight 81. Tower, 4791 Echo, hold short 9 left.
4791 Echo, hold short runway 9 left for now. I got traffic that's going to be flying straight into you, so I depart you.
Hold short 9 left, 9 Echo.
Come on, it can't be that bad.
0632, extreme approach.
There's nobody.
Fly runway heading, climb maintain 2000.
There's nobody
Passing
coming here, man. Come on.
Say 1100 feet. You can
This
turn
guy
left
is in the
heading
downwind right now. He's nowhere near
runway
us.
heading 2000 and upon crossing.
We both could get out by the time he comes parallel.
Can you say that again, sir?
10632, that was correct. Reaching
Oh, well.
1100, turn left heading 320. There's traffic in the downwind off your left.
All right, looking for that traffic, and we won't turn out until 1100, Scott, 10632, going then.
Thank you. Flight 645, Melbourne ground, runway 5, taxi to Victor.
Yeah, see, there's that traffic in the downwind just now.
Oh my.
Tech flight 881, negative.
Flight 81, roger. 10632, you can turn left heading 320 now.
All right, left heading 320 now, 10632.
I wonder if it's because he's asking to do short approaches, because I've had a controller here do that. He knows the Melbourne flight training planes. One guy landed long. Instead of getting off at Mike like the guy wanted, he got off at the end because he overshot. It was a student pilot. And he made everyone sit in a line like this, and there was 7 or 8 planes in line. Not even joking. We were sitting 45 minutes like this.
Wow.
Yeah, and we called to file a complaint.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that was just unacceptable.
Ramjet 103 Heavy, Melbourne.
And there was nobody
runway
in the
9,
pattern.
right taxi to Romeo Alpha, cross runway 5.
Doesn't sound like Angry Al though. Sounds like the other guy.
Remember, 1 Uniform Sierra, cross runway 5 at Alpha, turn left on Delta, hold short runway 9 right.
Cross runway 5 at Alpha, turn left on Delta, and then hold short runway 9 right on Delta. 871 Uniform Sierra.
Yeah. San Victor, turn left on Mike 1, taxi via Kilo 1 into the ramp.
Left on Mike 1, Kilo 1 to the ramp. 7 November Victor.
Or 1 Uniform Sierra, you can cross runway 9 right at Delta. You're going to pick up Kilo on the other side, turn right on Sierra 1 will take you into Shelter.
Cross 9 right at Delta, then pick up Kilo over to Sierra 1 Shelter. 871 Uniform Sierra.
Back 91 Echo, runway 9 left, clear for takeoff. You can proceed on course.
Alright.
Takeoff, runway 9 left on course. 91 Echo.
Something's happening.
We're starting to move. Alright.
Stock 91 Echo, overfly runway 5 at midfield for departing traffic.
Fly 5, midfield, departing traffic, 91 Echo.
Thank you. Flight 645, runway 5.
All right.
Clear for takeoff.
About here.
Turn right on
1200.
Traffic departing 9
Back
left
to
will overfly
1200.
5.
All right. We'll wait for him to rotate, but you can go ahead and apply flaps.
Okay, 10 degrees of flaps.
Yeah, let's get our strobe going too.
Okay.
Yeah, all the way to the
is on.
stop. There we go.
1 Uniform Sierra, you can cross 9 right. Keep crossing.
Alright, approach area is clear. Landing lights on. Transponder 1200 out.
Yep. Melbourne Tower Cardinal 34287, holding short, runway 9 left, Kilo ready for departure.
Cardinal 34287, Melbourne Tower. Hold short, runway 9 left.
Hold short 9 left, 287. So once he clears us, just because of how rich this thing's run, we'll just rich it as soon as he clears us.
Alright.
And you can give it like 2 turns clockwise, and that should be good. But we just want to make sure that fuel pressure, when we say instruments are green, that never gets below 2 psi. Goes below 2, we'll apply the fuel pump.
Fuel pump.
Yep.
Cardinal 34287, runway 9 left, clear for takeoff. Reaching the river, you can proceed on course.
9 left, clear for takeoff on the river, we'll proceed on course, 287.
Jet 103
Alright,
Heavy,
so
monitor
2 turns?
tower
Yep, that's good.
118.2.
Clear, clear.
Alright, clear. Alright, got us lined up on the runway here.
Yep.
Alright, power coming in.
Delta, Melbourne,
Yes, sir.
runway 9 left, taxi to Mike Kilo.
Engine instruments are green.
Alright, engine instruments are green. Airspeed is coming alive.
Kilo 1 Kilo.
There's 50. 57, 60, rotate.
Yes, sir. Alright.
Number the Tech Flight 639, 0 on 9 right.
Tech Flight 639.
We're clear of 50 feet, so you can go ahead and remove flaps
Alright,
10.
flaps coming out.
Yeah, lower the nose to 90.
1 mile prior to 9 right threshold. Tech Flight 629.
Affirmative.
Alright, keep those wings level, keep a little bit of right rudder. Wings level, right rudder. There we go.
Cardinal
And
34287, 287, as soon as speed out permits, you can proceed southwestbound.
Proceeding southbound, 34287. Alright, we can
turn now?
Yep.
Alright.
There you go.
Tomjet 103 Heavy, Melbourne Tower, runway 9 right full length, clear for takeoff. Fly heading 080.
Clear takeoff 090 right, heading 080, Tomjet 103 Heavy, thank you.
There we go. And just head south.
Holding short, runway 9 left is kilo, ready for departure.
Sky off 2332 Echo, Melbourne Tower. Hold short, runway 9 left for wake turbulence.
Doing good, man.
Holding short, 9 left, wake turbulence.
Alright, climbing at 90.
Blue Street 5488, Melbourne
Yep,
ground.
that's
runway
good
9
right there.
taxi
And,
cross runway 5.
1,000 foot, so...
1,000 foot, so we want 25 inches of manifold pressure. Alright, there's 25 and 2,500 on the RPM.
Alright, reduce manifold just slightly. There we go. Good.
Alright.
And we'll see how much we can climb. We'll bring it up to 1,500 feet since we have to descend anyway.
Blue Street 5488, I do have a flow time for you. The 08 time now is the 2200, top of the hour.
Alright, and once we intersect the canal that runs east-west, we can follow the canal to the west out to the practice area.
Alright.
Tomjet 103 Heavy, contact Orlando departure. Safe flight.
Orlando departure 13265, thank you. Tomjet 103 Heavy, bye-bye.
Alright, there's 1,500. Lower the nose, let the speed build and retrim. There we go, and then 21, 23. There we go.
Alright, so I see abandon.
Yep. And the canal
And that is the canal just on the
yeah, just right past the
side
abandoned.
of it?
Yep.
Okay.
Personal aircraft information, X-rays now current. The wind is 080-9er, visibility 10, sky condition clear, altimeter 3004.
Alright, you can go ahead and start turning in towards the canal.
9 left, clear for takeoff, you can proceed on course.
9 left, clear for takeoff, proceed on course, 32 Echo.
And let's see if we have a GPS ground speed anywhere. If we don't, that's fine. I'll just configure it real quick. And we'll do...
639, you can contact Orlando departure. Safe flight. Flight 639.
Oh, there is a ground speed 1. Okay.
Orlando departure, take 5639.
Bell 31 Melbourne ground, you can proceed as requested.
So the winds are coming out from the, what do you call it, the east behind us. So you'll see that we have a higher ground speed than our airspeed. So we're going 111 knots, and this is saying maybe, what's that, 95 knots on the inner ring?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
About 95. So that's a good tailwind at about, yeah,
Over tower
15 knots.
Yeah.
Holding short, runway 9 left, kilo support traffic.
Rock 6124 Delta, Melbourne Tower, runway 9 left, clear for
Alright, I'll get us over to the practice area.
Approved.
Hotel West Practice Area Cardinal 34287, just passing the abandon on the south side of the canal, 1500 feet, heading west. Alright. Give me, once we get to these power lines here, go ahead and give me a turn to follow those power lines.
Alright.
Bravo Charlie is about 6 northwest Lake Point to for 1,000 feet.
Alright. There we go. Now my controls real quick.
Alright, your controls.
And I'm going to use this as an opportunity to show you I want to keep a track right over top of these power lines. Alright. Let's keep 1,500 feet, and let me get over top of the power lines. So, we know the wind is coming from somewhere this direction.
Yeah.
Right? Once I get over these power lines, if I want to keep the track along these power lines, so right now we're still flying past them a little bit, but not by a lot. So just gently make a small bank and rudder correction to find what keeps you over the power lines. You see how we're not pointing away from the power lines, yet we're over the power lines?
Yeah.
Or sorry, we're pointing away, but we're still over them?
Yeah.
If I were to fly straight, or line the nose up with the power lines here, and then just pick something out there, fly straight, we're going to start slowly drifting off to the right here, because the wind's coming from the left. And you can see that that's already happening a little bit.
Okay.
So, same thing with ground reference maneuvers. The idea is to try and keep a desired ground track. So, let me put it right back on the power lines, and I'll give the controls to you. And I just want you to fly us to the farm fields over the power lines here.
Alright.
Alright, so your controls.
Alright, my controls.
Your controls. And the difficult thing is you want to fly uncoordinated. Naturally, you want to fly uncoordinated because it doesn't feel right that we're straight and level, but we're maintaining a ground track.
Maneuvering in the area, hopefully.
Hotel West Practice Area Cardinal 34287, 1,500 feet over the street patterns, heading to the farm fields.
South Practice Area Sky Flight 881, 7 miles offshore, abeam, Sebastian at 5,500, doing some multi-engine stuff, south-south.
Doing a good job.
Yeah, I pitched up a little bit to try to correct the altitude, so now I can't really see what we're over, but I'm looking at up ahead where I think it lined up.
Yeah, well, that's doing a good job because it's right underneath my feet.
Okay,
so
all right.
And there's no one out here over the farm field, so that's perfect. Okay, so my controls for a brief second again.
Okay, your controls.
My controls. Let's see, 21 inches, there we go. And looking to the left, we're clear to the left, we're going to do a clearing turn, 90 degrees this way.
Make 1 time, take off 1,000 feet, mountain off Lake Point, turn to other point.
Bravo traffic, tech flight 881 at 3,700 feet, flying southbound, about a mile to...
Alright, we're good this way.
Lake Point set.
And I'll bring this over to the right again. And make I almost said a phone call, a radio call at the same time.
Copy 398 to nautical miles south of Brisbane, 2,500 feet northbound.
Hotel East, Hotel West, Practice Area Cardinal 34287's over the farm fields, 1,500 feet descending to 1,000, ground reference. Hotel East, Hotel West. Okay, So we can choose something out here to be our field.
Okay.
So we have a good bit out here, but for obstacles, I don't want to do it directly over the power lines, and I don't want to do it over buildings either. So I think this little quadrant over here, and I'll explain where I can put us in a good view of it.
At 1,000 feet, Delta North.
So do you see where the road forks off left and right? Over here.
Okay, yeah.
So we're going to use that as one corner, and then we can go halfway down this field,
Okay.
all the way down to the other end of the field, and then back up. So these are the two corners here, and those are the two far corners over there.
Okay.
So we know the wind's coming from this way.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm just going to go ahead and put us into descent, get us down to 1,000 feet.
1947 Foxtrot, Abeam, Barefoot Bay, 3,000, headed northbound on the middle of the river, stall.
I'll fly us away a little bit so it's more comfortable and we're not rushing. So you don't want to rush any of these maneuvers.
Delta North, this is Skyfly 558 over the west bend at 3,500, maneuvering slow flight for Delta
I
North.
wonder how these farmers feel out here about all these training aircraft coming to use their field. And sprinkle nicely tainted lead exhaust all over their crops. And we'll keep it at 20 inches of manifold pressure and 2,300.
Okay.
Just a slight reduction in the manifold pressure because we don't need to fly as fast. So we'll trim for 1,000 because we typically fly the patterns at 1,000 feet.
Traffic, take flight 881.
So here we are flying parallel. I'm going to fly 45 degrees to put us on the midfield downwind for our entrance here.
Slow flight.
Right, we want to be about a half mile to 3/4 of a mile, so about here is good.
Okay.
Right. And we can check the tapes on flight radar when we get back to see how well this does. But here we are coming up to our first corner. Have the highest ground speed, 105 knots.
Okay.
Right?
So this will be our steepest turn.
Steepest, right?
And we're going to turn a little more than 90 degrees.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this right here is about 30 degrees.
Okay.
Look at our ground speed slowing down, so we're going to start pulling out some of the bank.
Okay.
And it just naturally bleeds out until we're about where we need to be. So half mile to 3/4 of a mile from our reference here, which is this edge of the field. All right, maintaining 1,000 feet. So I drifted away from it a little bit, but I couldn't see it. So now, there we are. That's better. So we're crabbed slightly in towards it, and you can see we have a 90 knot ground speed.
Okay.
So this next bank here is going to be medium to shallow, because now we're going to be facing into the wind. Alright, here we are coming up on our corner, so medium bank.
So Tim, what's up? On the way back to Marriott? Roger, we'll follow behind you. We're just to your left side. So that's
And it takes a little longer to come around because we need to slow down our rate of turn. Alright, if I were to hold that steep bank like what we had in the first corner, we'd be right on top of the corner, or the edge of the field. And look at our ground speed.
Okay. Yeah.
77 knots.
77. Okay.
So I can see from here it's just about on the windowsill.
Tango Alpha on a 5 mile fine line of 11 bank to American.
And nothing in our power has changed. Still 20 inches, a little under 2,300, but that's okay. I'll go ahead and lean this guy out. There we go. Here we are coming this corner, so shallow bank. Coordinated 1,000 feet. you start climbing a little bit, just lower the nose a hair. You know, small deviation, small correction. And then now we start steepening up the bank a little bit as our ground speed starts increasing.
The I-95 interchange and Barefoot Bay.
And this is a less than 90-degree turn because we're going to have to be crabbing that way.
Okay.
So a little bit more turn. There we go. And then sometimes it helps just pick something out there and make sure you're still flying to it. As long as it's the general direction, the nose is not always going to line up with where you want to go, you know, for your track. Does that make sense? The more than 90, less than 90?
It does, yeah.
And then I'll demonstrate the last turn here, and once we're established on the downwind again, I'll hand you the controls and we can keep going.
Okay.
So I can see our corner coming up here. So now it's going to be medium to steep, right? So let's go ahead and start with the medium bank. And as our ground speed starts increasing, so we don't overshoot, so about half mile or it's a little bit more than this canal right here.
Traffic 398 Hotel is 4 nautical miles.
There we go.
Southwest.
All right, so your controls.
All right, my controls.
Your controls.
Please traffic, tech flight 645 in between Barefoot Bay and I-95 interchange, 2,000 feet, holding south of Valka along Victor 3, Hotel East.
All right, here we are coming up on our corner.
All right, so we want to turn here. Be our steepest turn, coordinated.
Up to north, this is Skyfly 558, north of the west bend at 3,500, initiating steep turns for maneuvers, Delta North.
That's perfect. Up to 30, about 25. Yeah, see how you start shallowing it out? You can feel it pushing you, yeah. There we go. And then just adjust as required to maintain.
And then we want to be crabbed slightly into the, this way, like that.
Yep. And then just pick something out on the horizon that maybe brings you there. I can't quite see, so I have to trust whatever you're doing.
Okay, I'm just going to, I see where that canal lines up there.
Yep. Looks good. I can actually see it a little bit there, and I can see that we're in the crab, so that's fine. All right, watch your altitude. We're starting to descend a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
Thank you. All right.
Bravo traffic, tech flight 881, about 3 miles to the west of Lake Washington. Turning north.
All right, and we're coming up on our second turn here.
Going to be setting up for power off stalls.
There we go. Good. And that definitely was a more medium-ish, almost shallow-ish coming around.
Okay.
Yeah, 78 knots. Almost a direct headwind.
So almost directly into the wind, okay. Alright, and is this our turn here?
Yes, sir. This is our turn here.
This is our turn here, and we want this to be a shallow turn.
Yep, shallow to medium.
Shallow to medium.
And sometimes it starts off dramatically shallow.
Okay.
And then it gets noticeably medium right towards the very end.
Okay. And I see our ground speed picking up. Okay.
There we go.
Alright, and we want to be crabbed into the wind this way.
November 2332,
slightly, just very slightly.
Alright. Playground at 800 feet, practicing steep turn. I mean...
What did you mean?
Alright.
98 at 3,500, right on the south tip of Foxtrot and Delta North, maneuvering stalls.
Police traffic, tech flight 645 in between Valkyria and Barefoot Bay at 2000, turning southwestbound, direct Jekyll for the RNAV Alpha into Sebastian Hotel East.
Delta West Praxair Cardinal 287 is 1,000 feet over the farm fields, rectangular course. All right, here we go.
Right, and here's our final turn here.
Yep. There we go. So medium, and then it gets steep.
Hotel East, Hotel West, number 32 Echo, west of first playground, practicing S-turns, 800 feet.
200 feet? I hope not.
Oh,
I heard
wow.
200. No, he's not 200. There we go. And I'll just have you do one more lap around there, but you seem to have gotten it down.
Okay.
Yeah, so it seems funny, but I like walking it out on the ground.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I can. All right, now this is our turn here.
Yes, sir.
And that's our steepest turn.
Mid-river,
Keep it coordinated.
towards the radiation at 1,500.
A little less left rudder. There you go.
North traffic.
Bravo traffic, take flight 81 at 4,500 feet, about
There we go.
12 miles south of Lake Point set.
And we want to go a little more than 90 degrees.
Yep.
All right.
We got a little closer on this time around, but it's not noticeably. So we're maybe, I'd say 1,000 feet closer to the field on this leg, but that's okay.
Okay.
So we just got to keep that in mind when we do these.
Okay.
What's really fun is, a real challenge too, is being able to fly a rectangular course on a short field, because you're making your turns really quickly, and it makes it more challenging to estimate the turns and the level out. Here we are coming up on corner number 2.
All right, here we go.
Yep. So medium to shallow.
Hey, north traffic 74791 Echo. It's just east of Valkyria. 2,200 kilometers.
There we go. Good job.
Stalls. India North South traffic. India North traffic.
All right.
Yeah. So when you first started flying, what was your expectation of using instruments versus outside references?
Initially, I thought I'd be using the instruments a lot more.
Yeah.
But I really like looking out and seeing things better, though. I mean, it's, I feel more like I'm flying and not playing a video game.
Yeah.
Bravo traffic,
that's funny.
Flight 881 over the west end of Lake Point set, 4,500 flying.
But yeah, initially it's like kind of overwhelming with the number of instruments and. All right, and this is our turn here.
Yes, sir.
45 is crossing over the C-54.
So shallow into medium.
Square Lakes and Sebastian South, westbound 2000 direct Jekyll for the RNAV Alpha to Sebastian Hotel East and Charlie South.
All right, and once you put us on the downwind again, I'll take the controls and I'll demonstrate S-turns. S-turns are a little more fun, a little more dynamic.
All right.
And then last maneuver we'll do is the turns about a point.
Turns about a point, okay.
Yep.
All right, so here we are on the downwind.
Hotel East, Hotel West, November 2332.
I'm just going to check what time local sunset is.
800 feet, practicing S-turn.
Let's see. Local sunset. Oh, that's fine. I know it's around closer to 8 o'clock, so
alright.
We'll be fine. It's just a legality thing. I have to do my takeoffs and landings.
Okay.
Charlie South Traffic, jet flight 663, about 3 miles northeast of Blue Cypress.
Alright, we're coming up on our downwind turn.
Right. So medium into steep. There we go. It's a good medium one. We're a little closer to the border on this one, but that's fine. There we go. All right. right, not bad, man.
All right. And here we
Traffic, 4791 Echo.
So, my controls.
Okay, your controls.
And let's see here. I'm going to use this line right here with the sprinkler system over top for my reference, just because if we have a problem, I don't want to be at 800 feet over water in marsh. So we're going to go ahead and decrease the power a little bit, and that's good enough for a clearing turn what we did there, all those rectangular course things. And there's nobody out here. So West Prague Sierra Cardinal 34287 over the farm fields, 800 feet ground reference. Now let's just look at how that line looks there. Actually, you know what? The white road would be a better thing to use.
Yeah, that stands out pretty good.
Yeah. And we'll go back to 20 inches of manifold pressure. And we'll come out this way and I'll do them to the left just so you can see everything.
So is 2,500 feet over Square Lakes, northbound.
And we'll use that extension from the road.
South traffic, flight 775, 5,500 feet, about 3 miles offshore, being Barefoot Bay northbound, doing some stalls. In south.
Alright, so this is good about here. So I'll go ahead, turn us towards our reference. So remember, wings are going to be level all the way up until the reference point. The idea is we complete 2 equidistant or equal radii semicircles across this reference here. Each time we get back to our reference, our wings are level. And you want to do it with the wind perpendicular. So this is a perfect day for it and a good place to do it. Most of these grid lines over here run north-south anyway, so it gets hard to do when the wind is something else aside from a quarter, quarters to north.
East, Hotel West, November 332 Echo over Kurtz Playground at 800 feet, practicing S-turn.
So idea is 800 feet plus or minus 100 feet, and if our altitude doesn't change, our speed doesn't change.
Okay.
So here we are, right, we're going to go, and I actually did this wrong, I started with the wind into the wind, it should be with the wind. But the idea is shallow bank, and as the ground speed starts increasing, we get into a medium bank, and from medium bank, we get into our steepest bank.
Traffic, Hotline 558, just 3 miles west of New Hibiscus, simulated engine failure over Route 60.
Alright, watching our altitude, and as we come around, wings level, fastest ground speed, and then steepest bank in the opposite direction. And it starts shallowing out as we start coming into the wind. Oh, doing bad on my altitude there. Let me start pulling up a little bit. There we go. Starts coming up. That's because I didn't estimate this on the other side. So I'll demonstrate a proper one. That was garbage there. My apologies. So I'll fly away from the obstacle, and then we'll do them to the left again, so this time going that way.
Okay.
Charlie South Travis, go flight 663 over Fellsmere, 4,000.
And let's get back to 800 feet.
Power off, stall, Charlie South Travis.
There's 800 feet. Clear to the left, turning left. Yeah, so if our steepest bank is 30 degrees, which is the big tick mark there, then everything else should be less than that, ideally, when we start turning into the wind.
Okay.
So 800 feet, here we are, ground speed of 102 knots, right? So, reference point, bang, we start our turn, and just gently roll into a 30 degree bank, and by the time you really hit 30 degrees, you're starting to roll out anyway.
Okay.
Just a hair. Slower ground speed, so we start pulling out some of that bank as our rate of turn starts increasing. Alright, here we are at our reference, and we just bring it into the next turn. So just gently.
Hotel East, Hotel West, 1947 Foxtrot, 2 miles east of Panama.
As the ground speed starts increasing, which you can generally speaking feel and almost see.
Hotel East traffic, Cessna 4791. That goes right north of Barefoot Bay at 3,800.
And see, we're not even quite at 30 degrees yet. And we should have to start rolling level right abeam our reference point. So that's the idea behind it. So I'll set you up to go ahead and perform these maneuvers right from where we started.
South traffic, sky flight 663 over Blue Cypress at 4,300, setting up for a power on stall, Charlie South traffic.
So it's a fun maneuver. You really have to look outside a lot, and then you're, constantly cross-checking with your instruments to make sure your altitude's good. Hotel West Prax Sierra Cardinal 34287 over Farm Fields, 800 feet, S turns. Maybe a little bit of nose up. There we go. Alright, once I turn us inbound and we're heading right towards the obstacle, I'll hand the controls over to you.
Alright.
Any questions on that?
No, I think I got it.
Alright.
Bravo traffic, take
Now,
flight 881.
give us more room so we don't overrun our reference.
Lake point set, accelerated stall.
There we go. Alright, controls are yours, have fun.
Alright, my controls.
Your controls.
Alright, so we're over the road, okay, steepest turn.
Yep, coordinated, 30 degrees, just about, there we go. We can start immediately shallowing it out.
And
there we go.
slowly shallowing out.
Yep. Not completely, but just as required. So we're medium bank here, which is good. We're about medium compared to what we started with.
Okay.
And as we start coming into a headwind, we start slowing up a little bit. There we go.
South traffic, tech flight 645.
Alright, and we are
Bingo.
over it, and
Alright, shallow
turn
Yep.
this way.
Northeastbound crossing.
So that's a little steep for the shallow turn, but that's okay.
Okay,
So,
shallow it out a little bit.
yeah, that's fine.
And then start steepening it.
Yep, start steepening it a little bit. You're going to notice you'll need a lot more steep once we get a beam over here. So we're good on the altitude, maybe lower the nose a little bit. There we go. Alright, so we completed it this side, but you see how we were still a little bit, or the wings were not going to be quite level?
Right, yeah.
Alright, what are these guys doing?
Oh my.
Traffic sky flight 663.
Alright, you can go ahead and give us a turn to the right, and we'll set up again.
Alright. 500 traffic.
Out to West Prax area, Cardinal 3428, 700 feet over the farm fields, S-turns.
4287, I've been trying to call you. You up?
Say again?
Hotel West to Echo over Kirk Playground at 750 feet, practicing S-turn.
That's 34287, are you up? I'm at your 12 o'clock. I'm about 500 feet above you. I've been trying to call you.
We have you in sight. Sorry if I didn't hear you.
Alright, cool. Just letting you know.
Thank you.
It's
kind of cool. Yeah. Let's bring it over a little bit so we don't freak them out, but that's cool. It's almost like a race.
Oh, we climbed a little bit there.
Alright. Yeah, we can go ahead. That's good for the setup there. And the trim feels good and everything? You're not fighting it too much?
Yeah.
I know it's a little windy and bumpy today, but you're doing pretty good.
Charlie, South Sky Flight 659 is 3,000 feet northbound, heading towards
There you go.
Lake.
Alright, let's get back to 800 real quick. Yep. There we go, so with the wind.
Alright, with the wind. Alright, here we go.
Traffic 398 Hotel, 2,500 feet, 2 knots on line.
A little less left rudder, there we go.
Northbound.
Alright, start shallow at that turn. There we go, medium bank, and just hold that. That's good right there.
Alright.
Alright, we're climbing a little bit.
South traffic sky flight 663 over the west bend at 4,500. Going to be emergency descending down to 3,000.
Alright, bang, there we go. Right to the other one, so shallow, remember? Yeah.
Bravo traffic, take flight 881. A mile, or on the east end of Lake Point, set 2,200. We're going to be flying northbound to Space Coast. Let's go.
There we go, medium bank right there, bang, it's good. Yeah, right at 30, perfect.
Sky 881, you up? What's up?
And there we go. That was really good.
Alright.
Yeah.
Alright, that one felt good.
Yeah. You want to do another one, or you want to move on to a circular?
I think probably you should move on to circles.
Sure, yeah. Alright, my controls.
Alright, your controls.
My controls. So we can do these at 800 feet as well, so we'll stay right here. We're going to enter on the downwind, and we'll use the crossroads there as our reference, just because it's a nice, obvious point in this field.
Okay.
Out to West Prax Air, Cardinal 34287, 800 feet over the farm fields, turns about a point. So we always enter on the downwind, so we gotta get to the upwind side of it first.
Okay.
Hotel East, traffic Cessna 4791 Echo. Northbound, maneuvering at elevator trim stall. Hotel East traffic.
So we'll do this one, and just because the sun there, we'll call it a day. But I will get my night checkout done, so we can really bring it
2,500 feet.
till later, you know.
Hotel East, Hotel West.
Especially in the winter time, it kind of sucks because your early mornings have to be later because the sun comes up later, and then your evening flights are usually curtailed.
Yeah.
Hotel West, Skyhawk, 5090 Echo, over solar panels, practicing slow flight at 3,000 feet to the south.
And ideally you want to be about half a mile to 3/4 also away from your point for the turns about a point.
Okay.
And then pick references on the ground that are about equidistant, so you make a constant radius all the way about it. So for example, like this canal right here could be 1. So if we're just about on this side of the canal, we should be about that road, dirt road looking thing over there.
Yeah.
That would be about equidistant. It looks pretty close to equal.
Okay.
So, and this is all just judgment you have to make. It's not precise, but that's the idea of it.
Okay.
So we're on the downwind now, 800 feet. And here we are coming up on our point. So highest ground speed, steepest bank. Right, and about halfway between these fields here would be equal radius. So steepest bank, we're all the way over to 30 degrees coordinated, maintaining 800 feet. And we can start shallowing out a little bit there because now our ground speed starts coming out. And remember, we're trying to fly over this intersection now to make it about equidistant. So now we start coming into the wind.
Southwest Skyflight 63 is over State Road 60, doing a turn 3000. Try touch.
And as we come into the wind, our bank really starts shallowing out. You can see that. We still have some bank in because the wind's not the strongest today. And about halfway between that intersection and this one here would be equidistant. Alright, so our ground speed starts increasing again. Just slowly. And it's not like a crazy, okay, I have to start steepening up or shallowing out. It's just a little bit at a time.
Okay.
So I'm still almost like shallow here at this point, but we're right over the road. And then as we keep it coming around, I can feel the ground speed really start increasing. And to get it over this intersection here, I have to steepen up the bank. But it's not going more than 30 degrees, which is pretty good.
Okay.
There we go. And I'll just do one more lap around and I'll put us on the north. So I'm going to do a non-standard thing and exit on the upwind. But that's just so we can set you up for one real quick. Alright, so I'm still kind of steep here. On days where it's like 10, 15 knots of wind, you can really feel it. Like right here, I'm really starting to feel it, so that's when the bank starts, just like almost not even noticeably. I'm not really putting a control pressure, and I'm actually relaxing the pressure. There we go. And where are these guys? Hotel West Praxair, Cardinal 34287's over the farm fields, 800 feet, turns about a point.
Hotel East, Hotel West, November 2332 Echo, over Kirk's Playground at 800 feet, practicing S-turn.
Okay, cool guy. Oh well. So I'll get us back down to 800 feet. and I'll give you the controls.
Hotel West traffic, Skyhawk 5090 Echo is to the north of the Square Lakes at 3000, climb up to 3300, westbound, slow flight.
Is that Cameron?
Yeah, hi.
I didn't even know you were working this late.
Bro, I'm here till 9 tonight.
I can't see them, so we'll just take a look. It looks like they're turning away now.
Okay.
Alright, so I'll put you on this side of the canal because that's what I used, and that seemed to work pretty good for me.
Road 60 at 3000, going to be Shandowing from eastbound to westbound. Charlie Southwest North.
Alright, I'm going to get to 800 feet here, stabilize. Alright, a little nose down trim actually. There you go, your controls.
Alright, my controls.
Your controls.
Alright, we're coming up on our point here.
Yep.
And I'll start my turn.
Alright, just gently roll into it. There we go. And you see that 30 degrees of bank puts us about right over the halfway point between these two parts of the field. That's fine. There we go. A little too shallow on that part there.
Okay.
Because I can see that we're going to overfly this a little bit.
Alright.
To north, Charlie South, this is Skyflight 558, right over US 60 where it's marked, doing emergency descent maneuver for Delta North and Charlie South, Skyflight 558.
Remember, shallow here, we're doing good. A little less left rudder. Just a little less. There we go. Yep. Alright, and then you'll start feeling the ground speed increase. There we go, and just go one more round.
Okay.
Right from here, but normally we would exit at this point from the same point we started.
Okay.
But just for muscle memory's sake and learning, we'll do it again.
Yeah, just keep on going, alright?
Yep. Alright, watch that nose, don't let it creep up on you. There we go. And just hold that bank in there until you feel the ground speed change, or the need to change.
Hotel East Flight 624, 2,300, fly through 2,500, about a mile northeast of Abandon, heading southwestbound, Simulated cross country to Okeechobee, Hotel East.
Alright, lower that nose a little bit. We're coming up on closer altitude restriction there.
Alright, oh yeah.
Charlie South Delta North, Covet 663, 3000, over.
Start shallowing out a little bit.
To stop arm, simulated engine failure. Charlie South Delta North.
Can you feel that? Like,
Yeah.
it's a hard feeling to describe, but it's almost intuitive when you start doing it. There we go, and if you want to keep it going around and then bring us to the north, that'd be perfectly fine.
I'll do one more,
Hotel East Traffic System 4791 Echo, 3,900 over street pattern, keep spiraling down, Hotel East Traffic.
There we go. That was good, man.
alright.
Sorry for my division of attention.
Oh, no,
Watching what those guys are doing.
Yeah,
Jesus.
definitely. Keep an eye out for them.
Yeah. Alright, so if you want, go ahead and configure us for a cruise climb, so that'd be 2,500 RPM,
Okay.
25 inches of manifold pressure, but remember, prop first.
Prop first. Okay. All right. Propeller full. 2,500 or 25 inches.
Yep. There we go. Reduce the prop just a little bit. Prop.
So
There we
reduce
go.
the prop a little bit. Okay. All right. 25, 25. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yep.
And I feel the need for a right rudder. There we go. All right.
Yeah. And just a little bit of manifold pressure out.
All right.
There we go. Good. I'll get the ATIS real quick.
I mean, trim
He's
this a little
unusable.
bit.
VFR departures, advise ground control your direction of flight. Advise initial contact, even information X-ray. Melbourne National Airport information X-ray time 2153 Zulu, wind 009, visibility 10, sky conditions clear, temperature 31, dew point 24, altimeter 3004. Visual approach in use, lane departing runway 9 left, 9 right, runway 5. Approaches are to be conducted to parallel converging runways. Attention all aircraft, hazardous weather information for Florida coastal waters available on flight service frequencies. Caution, high the normal bird port. Runway 9 right, ILS unusable. Runway 9 left, PAPI's unusable. VFR departures, advise ground control your direction of flight. Advise initial contact, even information X-ray. Melbourne National Airport information X-ray time 2153 Zulu, wind 009, visibility 10, sky conditions clear, temperature 31, dew point 24, altimeter.
That guy said it so quick I couldn't tell what he was saying. 080 at 9. Let's see, go ahead and lower the nose here.
Yep, pick light 624.
4791 Echo, we're 2,700, about 2 miles to the west of the silos. We're steep spiraling down.
There he is. Go ahead, retrim, and then let's configure for 2123.
Roger, thank you.
Southwest Praxair Cardinal 34287 is leaving the farm fields at 1,500 feet back to the abandoned.
Indian North traffic, tech flight 602 is radiation over the shoreline 2500 southbound along the shoreline.
There we go.
2500.
Let's go ahead and do the descent checklist, even though we're not really descending.
All right, mixture adjust.
That's fine.
Okay. Power as required.
Yes, sir.
Okay, carb heat as required.
We're good.
We got it off. We've got the ATIS.
Yep.
Altimeter set. We're at 3005.
3004.
All right.
There we go.
We'll go to tech flight 624, 2,500, about a mile west of street pattern.
All right, landing lights on. Strobe is on.
Pass behind 4791 Echo. Hotel west.
All right. Do you see the abandoned over there?
That's the abandoned.
All right. Go ahead and fly us to the abandoned at 1,500 feet. And we'll go ahead and do COM 1. I'll just make one last radio call. Southwest Praxair Cardinal 34287 is departing the Praxair to the north. We're over Jet Ski Lakes, going back to the abandoned. Have a good night.
Good night.
I'll just richen it slightly there to make it happy for the temperature. Yeah. Things fickle. It fouls up if it's too rich, it runs too hot if it's too lean, and if you really put it too lean, it starts sputtering. Oh well.
Tech flight 640 is going to be a right turn heading 220 up to 2000 on the go. Execute missed approach instructions, 1 mile final for runway 9 right.
Turn right, 220, climb to 2000, and then execute missed approach, 1 mile final to 9 right, tech flight 640.
Twin Tower, tech flight 68, turning circle to right. Stop taken.
Tech flight 647, contact Orlando departure.
Contact Orlando, tech flight 647.
Melbourne Tower, November 2961 Whiskey, about 6 miles northwest of your field. Request for inbound full stop.
2961 Whiskey, Melbourne Tower, what's your parking location?
It's going to be a full stop, taxi back where we depart back to Daytona, 61 Whiskey.
61 Whiskey, go ahead and make a left turn to the numbers for runway 9 left.
And left for numbers 9 left, November 2961 Whiskey.
Melbourne Tower, tech flight 638, starting the circle.
Tech flight 638, runway 5, clear to land.
Flight 3 to land, tech flight 68.
Melbourne Tower Cardinal 34287 over the abandoned information, X-ray, full stop.
November 34287, Melbourne Tower, you can follow I-95 for the right base, runway 9 left.
Alright, following I-95, right base for 9 left, 34287. Alright, so we can turn over towards 95, just where it starts making the bend over there.
Tech flight 644, Melbourne ground, runway 5, taxi via Victor. Air 2961 Whiskey, runway 9 left, clear for land.
Left at Kilo, ready for departure.
61 Whiskey, runway 9 left, clear to land.
Runway 9 left, clear to land, November 2961 Whiskey.
34287, you can continue tracking north over I-95. You'll be passing behind traffic. They're on the 5-mile VOR for the right side.
We'll be looking for traffic and going over 95 north, 34287.
Tower, Tech Flight 644, hold short of 5 at Victor, ready for takeoff.
Tech flight 644, remember tower, hold short runway 5 for landing traffic.
Short of 5, Tech Flight 644.
Now, did he give us 9 left or 9 right?
9 left.
9 left, okay.
Melbourne Tower, Cardinal 287, just confirming 9 left.
287A from your landing runway is 9 left. Traffic to pass behind is currently 1,700, 5-mile final, 9 right.
9 left, and we're looking for traffic, 287.
So that would be...
Yeah, they're out ahead, 4 miles, or 3 miles really.
6124 Delta, Melbourne Tower, hold
just coming over here. Oh, I have them in sight now, that's fine, yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead and follow north, and I have the other traffic in sight. 287 has both targets in sight.
November 287, you can pass behind traffic ahead to your left, 9 left, clear to land.
Behind the traffic off your left, 9 left, clear to land, 34287.
Alright, now I do not see them.
I see them right there. They're right over Lake Washington over there.
Okay.
Kind of 11 o'clock now. Alright, what we're going to do then is go ahead and apply carb heat.
Alright, carb heat.
Alright, reduce manifold to 15 and hold altitude. And go prop full. Once you get to 15.
See traffic just off the right hand side, they're passing behind you.
Looking for traffic, tip light.
And go ahead and apply flaps 10 now.
And flaps 10.
Yep, and then just stay over 95. And you can descend, you don't have to keep the altitude. So,
Begin descent?
yep, start bringing the nose down, and we'll pitch for about 85 knots, or sorry, 85 miles an hour.
Okay.
Yeah. Traffic inside their way down there.
Oh, I see him now. Alright.
Tech flight 644, right turn southbound runway 5, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 5, right turn southbound, Tech Flight 644. Tower United 3894 is with you for the visual to 9 right.
United 3894, Melbourne Tower, runway 9 right, clear to land, and then what's your parking location?
Clear to land will be going to STS tonight, United 3894.
United 3894, roger that. After landing, plan to roll it down to the end with the right turn.
Right to the end.
Alright, give me a gentle turn to the right. Line us up with the numbers. Alright, pitching for 85. There we go.
Melbourne Tower, Tech Flight 640, 1 mile final, exiting this approach, heading 220, flight to 2000.
So we're aiming for the numbers there, just ahead of the threshold. Alright, so if you want, we can go ahead and do flaps 20.
Alright. Flaps 20.
Yes, sir. Alright, pitching for 85 still.
There's 2961 Whiskey, left turn, exit on Mike 1, and taxi back to 9 left via Kilo.
Taxi via 9 left via Kilo, November 2961 Whiskey.
2961 Whiskey, left turn, exit on Mike 1, and taxi back to 9 left via Kilo.
Taxi via 9 left via Kilo, November 2961 Whiskey. 2961 Whiskey, left turn, exit on Mike 1, and taxi back to 9 left via Kilo.
How do you feel about taking this landing?
As long as you're right here on the controls.
Yeah, man, don't worry. I'll follow you.
All right.
November 61 Whiskey, you did say your VFR departure afterwards.
All right, so bring out a little bit of power.
Form northwestbound, we're gonna back to
And then pitch down for 85.
Roger
And
that.
let's go flaps 30.
All right, flaps 30.
Yep, so we're plenty high. Pitch that nose down for 85. Yep. A little bit lower. Yep. Gonna have to pitch. There we go.
Yeah,
So you can feel that those flaps really do work.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, there's.
So 85.
United,
So
94,
I'm going to gently lead you on the controls here. What we're going to do is we're going to bring this aileron down a little bit.
Okay.
Because of the crosswind, and use rudder to hold us over the center line.
All right.
All right. So we're pitching for 80. There we go. Excellent. We're just going to keep it coming in like this. So keep pitching down. Pull a little bit more power out.
A little more power out.
Yep. And then pitch for 75. There we go. Yep. Good. Nose down. There we go. Good. We're good. Don't worry.
All right.
All right. Nose down a little bit.
All right.
All right. Level out. Well, not that much. So put the nose down. There we go. A little back. A little back. Hold. Power idle.
Power idle.
And then hold that nose back. Alright. There we go. Get it back on center line. Almost, man.
Alright.
That's alright. I know it's daunting, but it's fine.
Alright.
So go ahead, hold that nose back still, all the way.
Alright.
And we're just going to roll to mic 1. Alright, so you can apply a little bit of power to get us there. Alright, start slowing it up. So power out. Stay on the line here. There you go. Right. Alright, straighten the nose out. And once we get clear of the hold short, we're going to do our after landing checklist.
287, Mike 1, Kilo 1 to the ramp.
Mike 1, Kilo 1 to the ramp, 34287.
6124 Delta left, traffic, runway 9 left, clear for takeoff.
So pull, so we're clear of the hold short, which we are. You can let that nose down now.
Okay.
Yep. So go ahead and do the checklist.
Alright, after landing, flaps retract, mixture lean, landing light is required.
We don't need that, that's fine.
Flight 645 over radiation information X-ray,
Carb out.
645
there we go.
Okay, we're going left.
Yes, sir, left.
625 report campus.
Clear right.
Clear right, clear left.
636, ground, runway 5, taxi via Victor.
How was that, man?
That was good. Good. That was exciting.
739 Golf Quebec, ground 9 left via Mike Kilo.
Alright, she's fine.
Alright, and we're turning right here.
Or he.
Somebody's getting a picture, huh?
Golf Quebec,
Yeah, it looks like they're doing a solo.
Okay.
Student solo. Yep.
And 287, is that you on Mike?
287, that's us on mic, 34287.
287, I did give you Kilo 1, so if you want a mic, you just need to let me know so I can control the flow on the ground.
Sorry about that, 34287. Alright.
Number 871,
that's my fault.
Here. You can cross runway 5, midfield, southwestbound, runway 9, left,
Alright, we keep going, we're good.
871
But he did say
is currently
Mike
holding short of
Kilo.
9.
Oh, he said Kilo when I went Mike instead. Oh, that's my mistake, yeah.
And 1 uniform Sierra firm, 9 left at Kilo. But I'm telling you, runway 5, you can cross at midfield as you make your right turn southwest. So as soon as you cross the tower,
at least it wasn't Angry Owl.
Turn right, cross runway 5 midfield, turn right, southwest.
Yeah, at least it wasn't Angry Owl.
Roger that, understood. 871 uniform Sierra is clear for takeoff, runway 9 left, and then right turn out.
Alright, and we're not going to go get fuel, obviously, because I have
United Airlines
tour tomorrow.
with me to the STS ramp via Tango uniform or Tango your discretion.
So my controls, alright, get us over there.
Your controls.
Get us lined up. Yes, sir, my controls.
124 Delta, go ahead and extend down and turn your base over the interstate. I'm going to have a couple departures prior to your landing.
Close center downwind, we'll turn base over the interstate 6124 Delta. Tower tech flight 645 over the campus, right base, runway 5.
Tech flight 645, traffic is departing 9 left, crossing your runway midfield southwestbound, runway 5, clear to land. 5, clear to land, copy the traffic, tech flight 645, thanks.
All right, good controls for the shutdown checklist.
All right, I got toes on the brake.